Well, good morning, everyone. It's good to be back the day after Labor Day weekend. It is Tuesday morning, September 7th, 2021, 7:59 a.m. Central. We get together most weekday mornings at this time, this place, with our distribution partners to review strategies, tips, techniques, a couple housekeeping issues that we'll knock out of the way, and then we'll go ahead and jump into today's agenda. First of all, we continue to have the September promotion. If you have just one conversion a day, 30 for the month in September, then you'll qualify for our incentive trip. Our incentive trip is to Clearwater Beach, Florida. We will fly you there. We will provide you a hotel at the Hilton Resort, which is on the beach, not near the beach. And you'll have plenty of free time, but that Saturday evening of that weekend in October, we will actually all get together for an outstanding dinner and fellowship. With that being said, let's go ahead and talk about today's topic. And I first want to preface it about why this is important, because if it's not instantly exciting to you, then it probably suggests that you don't have the right frame of reference. So a focus of what we do is providing access to capital. We want to help small businesses have the capital to start and or grow a business. We have a rather proprietary model where we can guarantee any small business owner a minimum of $100,000 capital raise. Well, what does it take for that to happen? Well, we need to build a loan package out, and that's what the Access to Capital program does. We build the business plan and the financial projections and the assorted support documents so that client is ready to go for business funding. Now, does the business owner's qualifications and credibility matter? Depends on the type of capital, quite frankly. There's some types and sources of capital that don't look at the business owner's credibility at all, but there are some that do. And that's where the total credit rebuild really hits the nail on the head, because I think what you're going to see is often you have clients that are not credible enough themselves to support the type of capital raise or the amount of capital raise that they desire. So let's go through and discuss what the total credit rebuild is, what it does, how it works, and we want to make sure that we're here to answer your questions. So you'll go ahead and just type in your question in the Q&A, the question and answer function of Zoom. It's kind of like a chat box. All right, so this is the new flyer that just rolled out today. There's continuing to be more resources. We're in the soft rollout right now of the TCR relaunch. We announced it last Friday, had tremendous interest. This is the next step, and we're going to continue to build up to the formal full-scale opening. Okay, so total credit rebuild, and I think the tagline here is very appropriate, because I was just talking to a client this morning. In fact, he's in California. He called me 5:30 his local time. Why, I don't know, but that's fine. So we had a nice conversation. And so he doesn't qualify for any cash funding at this moment in time, despite having a good credit score. He's shocked. Well, what you and I are talking about today is what I summarized with him. He is not fundable. Does he have a decent credit score? Yes. Is he fundable? He's not. So where is that disconnect? Because I think a lot of people think, well, as long as my credit score is high, then I should be able to go get all the money and all the funding that I want. There's more to it than that if the source of capital is looking at the credibility of the owner. However, as we say here, it shouldn't be complicated. So let's dumb it down, not because you need it dumbed down, but just so we can simply understand and explain why this is important and why I think probably you'll find a lot of your clients are interested in this. So the key to getting approved for any type of financing, regardless if it's a mortgage to buy a home or a second home, investment properties, to get a car, to get a second car, to get a third car, to get a fourth car, regardless of how many open autos you want, quote unquote, to get business funding or whatever type of financing that you want, it comes down to the 3 C's. So you and I are in kind of a weird position. You and I kind of live, breathe, and eat the three C's. But a lot of people are clueless when it comes to the three C's. I don't know if they missed that day in public school or how they have made it to this point. But if you want to borrow money, whatever type, for whatever purpose, you have to have at least one of the three C's, or you will not be able to borrow money. Now, the benefit that you and I have is we can help anyone improve one or frankly all three of those three C's. So it's not a lost cause. The three C's are credit, cash flow, sometimes referred to as capacity, and collateral. Well, why does credit matter? Well, credit is a score, but also it's the credit profile. Do we have a good credit mix? Have we demonstrated responsible payment behavior? So forth. Cash flow, also sometimes referred to as capacity, is do we have the money to pay back what we want to borrow? And this is where we see a lot of clients come up short. No worries, we can fix that. And then collateral. Do we have anything to pledge? What is our net worth, and so forth? So again, the frame of reference that I need you all to have as we go through the three C's is it's not all or nothing, or, oh my goodness, I don't have this, this isn't going to work. It's just the opposite of that. What you and I do is help them improve their three C's so they can get funding. It's not magic, it's not smoke and mirrors, it's not a shell game, but that's typically what the client's missing. They're missing strength in one or more of the three C's. So is that a problem? No, that's an opportunity. We can help them, and we help them improve their personal credibility through the total credit rebuild, while the access to capital helps build their business credibility, building their business credit, their business loan package, and so forth. All right, so the TCR program, as we call it for short, is a turnkey solution. We work through a 501c3 nonprofit to position participants in becoming capital ready by strengthening those three areas. So again, if you want to borrow money, and I don't mean you, if anyone wants to borrow money, you must have at least one of the three C's. And the more the C's you have, the stronger they are, the better terms you'll get, the larger amounts, the more options you'll have. So this is crucial to accessing capital, isn't it? We know that one of the key concerns is going to be, well, how long does this take? Well, you and I know that we've not been babysitting each client since the day they turned 18. They've made a whole host of decisions and have been maybe victims of circumstances ever since they've been an adult. You and I are just picking them up right now, going forward. So some people want simple answers to complex situations. Oh, I want to sign up and I want results tomorrow. Well, that's too good to be true. So what we want to do is state expectations, give us 60 days and we'll be able to see tangible benefits. But there's no question, the longer we go, the greater the benefits, the greater the results. But we can certainly show them results in less than 60 days. The other key question that they'll have is, well, this sounds pretty good, but is it affordable? Absolutely, it's affordable, and it's priced under $100 a month. Now, there is a one-time processing fee, and you might look at that and say, well, why does the flyer not state the one-time processing fee? Well, because we need to work with you on what you want your client's one-time processing fee to be, because this is how you get paid. It could be a little bit or it could be a lot. So there's not a standardized processing fee. We have to work with you as the referral partner to set the processing fee, which is going to determine how much you get paid. But we'll take care of all the billing and that. That's not a burden to you. We just need to know what to build into the deal. Okay, so let's scroll on down. We'll work on the left-hand side of the flyer, then the right-hand side, and then get to your questions. So as we discussed last Friday before the holiday weekend, well, what exactly is included in this total credit rebuild, the TCR program, that's going to allow us to impact all three C's? Because this is a very innovative approach. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I do not believe that there's any other resource on the market addressing all three C's. I think there are resources that affect and try to impact one of the three, but I think what you and I offer through the total credit rebuild, the TCR, is innovative, and pioneering in the fact that we're the only ones, you and I and us are the only ones that are addressing all three C's. Well, why would I want to do that? Well, if you want to access financing, you need to be concerned about those three C's. Oh, I just want a business loan. I just want to use business credit. Well, great. If the business is strong enough, then fine, we'll do that. But there's a lot of businesses that are not yet strong enough to stand on their own. And to no surprise, the lender or the extender of credit cares about the credibility of the person running the show, right? It kind of makes sense. And so this is what you and I can now do to improve the credibility of the key person or key persons. Okay, so let's go back. What's included? 4 things: credit sweep, credit boost, income verification, collateral. Let's go through each briefly. The credit sweep program is, first of all, let's clarify, it is not credit repair. It is not, let's go submit some disputes and see what happens. It's administered by certified credit paralegals. The verb that we use under the federal law is block. And so it will allow applicable negative items to be blocked. So they won't show in the credit report, and that is required by specific federal laws under the Fair Credit Reporting Act. So I would not consider it credit repair. Is it a method that can allow people to improve their credit scores by addressing negative items, derogatory items? Of course. But it doesn't fit into that category that people want to force it in. Oh, it's a credit repair program. There's lots of credit repair programs. And many of you run them. I don't know that there's a need for another credit repair program. But from a legal model, using legal documents, holding furnishers of data and the bureaus accountable by suing them, threatening to sue them, and just leveraging specific laws is very effective, and it makes sense. So credit sweep addresses derogatory items, doesn't it? Next, we need to be cognizant, and this is where a lot of people come up short, they don't have enough positive credit. So even if they have a good credit score, they may have a thin profile, or they may just not have any positive items to give the lender or the extender of credit confidence that this person can be responsible in repaying debt. I know if we all went to a Dave Ramsey Financial Peace University seminar, he would teach us, or his educators would teach us, don't use credit. Well, that's fine if you can afford to pay cash for your house and for your car and support your business by bootstrapping it. But in many cases, using credit allows us to get into a home and recognize the equity appreciation, or to have reliable transportation, or to build wealth via ownership of a business. You and I both know, we've both been around long enough, you're not going to create wealth by working a job. Hardly anyone is going to create wealth by working a job. The way that wealth is created in our society, and actually globally, is by owning a business and being able to recognize the growth, the capital gains, the profit of a business. So we're going to typically need access to credit to start, grow, and reach our potential. And addressing derogatories, the credit sweep is important. Credit boost is where we're adding new positive primary trade lines. As we discussed on the Training Friday, this is not about adding AU accounts. We are not going to get involved with adding authorized user accounts. Those are called piggyback accounts. They're someone else's credit, and it'll give clients, I don't want to say it's deceptive, but I think it is misleading to the client. They think, oh, I add an AU account, my credit score goes up. Great, now I'm fundable. No, there's a difference between being fundable and just artificially manipulating your credit profile by getting an AU account. So if you all are involved with AU accounts, that's your business, but that's not what we're about. We're adding primary trade lines, which strengthens your credit profile, not just showing them that one of your relatives or one of your friends, or you found some stranger that pays their bills on time, so you should get credit for that, because the lenders won't. I realize it may reflect on your credit profile, but when they go through the fundability analysis, they almost always screen out, filter out AU accounts. So credit sweep, removing negative, credit boost, adding positive. Income verification, big deal, big deal. What we teach people how to do, and we're going to actively help them through the TCR program, is that you need to show income to support what you're trying to borrow. And a lot of people, either they don't have the income or they're not managing their income properly where it's deemed as credible and reliable by lenders or extenders of credit. It's a big problem. Big problem. And so we can help them with that, with either scenario. If they don't have enough income coming in, then we'll fix that. If they're not recording, reporting, documenting their income properly, so it's not seen as credible and reliable by lenders, we can help them with that. So either scenario. You and I live in one of the most prosperous times, and I realize we have the pandemic and a variety of issues, but there's no reason that anyone can't go out and generate $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 a week of true, legitimate, documented income. Well, the more income you have, the more borrowing capacity you have, whether it be for a mortgage, car loan, business loan, what have you. And then fourthly is collateral. A lot of people come up really short, and those of you that have been involved with mentoring small business owners and clients, you know, a lot of them don't know what they don't know. And so either they could benefit from a collateral assignment that gives lenders confidence that if the person can't repay, that there's funds available, and then just basically having a strong and accurate and complete PFS, personal financial statement. So these are the 4 activities that we'll be involved with each TCR client, helping them address derogatory, and they may not need all 4, I understand, but addressing derogatory, adding positive, making sure that they have good income and it's verifiable income, and then making sure that they've taken care of their collateral. Those are the 4 aspects that's included in the TCR program. All right, so who would need total credit rebuild? And these are some good questions that you could ask prospects or even current clients to see if to pre-qualify them, if you will. And if they say yes to any of these questions, they're probably a pretty good fit. Number 1, if they don't have high income. Well, why does that matter? Well, high income impacts your access to capital, because if you don't have the money coming in, the lender or extender of credit is either not going to approve you or not approve you for as much as you would like, because you can't show on paper that you can afford to pay it back. So we can legally, ethically, and very effectively, quickly help them create that income verification that they need, so that problem is solved. People that have been denied are great prospects for the TCR program, because they have some desire to get funding or credit or capital for something, for some reason, and they've been denied. So I know some of you are targeting other lenders and financing organizations and getting them to give you their declines. What a great option, because they weren't able to help them, and you certainly can. So if they've been denied, then that is a pretty good qualifier that they need some help, and the TCR program can help them. Other folks will get really small approvals. And so we have clients that come to us, and in some cases, initially, you know, they're getting 20,000, 30,000, 50,000. They're like, well, no, I want $500,000. I want $1 million. I want $5 million. Well, at this point, your 3 C's are not strong enough yet for that. We need to work on improving your 1 or more of the 3 C's so you have more borrowing capacity. It's not a mystery. As we said at the top, it's really not that complicated. What you and I do is help people address these 3 C's so they can get approved and get approved for more. Another is, and those of you that are insurance professionals, this will hit close to home, because insurance professionals will typically help clients do a financial needs analysis, or called F&A sometimes. Sometimes they'll use PFS as personal financial statements, and you'll get down to what their net worth is. And a lot of people don't have much net worth. They owe as much as they have assets. Well, there are legal, ethical ways to strategize and change that to considerably, and honestly increase their net worth very quickly, certainly within that 60 days. We can take someone and help them show that they're a millionaire on paper within 60 days. You don't think that that impacts their borrowing capacity? You don't think that impacts their credibility to get funding? Of course it does. All right. And then some people just lack positive trade lines. And so again, we're going through who needs a total credit rebuild. So if your credit report doesn't have enough positive credit, then this is another reason that they probably should consider enrolling, and the credit boost addresses that. And ultimately, if someone's looking to position themselves to buy a house, finance a car, or obtain business funding by strengthening their 3 C's, as I mentioned before, that's going to allow them to get better terms, get approved versus being declined, and being able to get more. Just think about going out and buying a house. Housing prices right now are increasing so much, double digits, because of supply and demand and other issues. So do you have enough income and credit and cash flow to be able to qualify for a mortgage for your family? Do you have strong enough 3 C's to get business funding, buy a car, whatever it is you're looking to do? So at this time, we're referring prospects in via email, and then sorry, didn't mean to hit that. And then we'll have the totalcreditrebuild.org website up here soon. But at this point, we're taking inquiries via email. You all are referral partners. So as a referral partner, you can refer in clients for this. And essentially, you determine how much you make. It's truly your choice. You will let us know what you want their one-time processing fee to be, and we'll build that in. We'll take care of setting up their financing for that, so they have monthly payments. The monthly payments will report on their credit, so it's a credit builder, and it's a great program, really needed. So what questions do any of you have regarding why this is relevant, how it works, how we help address the 3 C's? What questions, comments, concerns? We got a big crowd on today on Zoom, which is great, the day after Labor Day weekend. Who has any questions about this? At this point, we are doing a soft launch now. We are enrolling clients. You can just simply email us if you would like, or on our website, you can submit through the form as we talked about on Friday. What we need to know is who it is, and we do need to know how much you want to make off of the deal. You set your fee. You want to make $100 off of it. You want to make $500 off of it. You want to make $1,000 off of it. You literally set how much you make off of this. But we'll take care of the billing. We'll take care of the servicing. We'll take care of it's turnkey for you. Who else has any questions that I can help you with regarding the total credit rebuild? So Timothy's asking about the website. Yes. So the total credit rebuild website is under construction. It'll be up and operational. I should just highlight, I guess, the domain portion. It will be up and operational here soon. Right now, we're doing a soft launch, and so we are enrolling clients. We had a pretty good weekend for a soft launch. But what you and I know is a lot of the people that are coming to you for access to capital, this is a very logical next step for those that are not getting the type of financing that they want yet, or not getting approved for cash funding. Anna Marie asked, can affiliates promote this? Absolutely. So you can promote this as an affiliate or as a white label partner. Again, all you need to do really is just let us know who the client is, and we need their name, email, and phone number, and we need to know how much you want to make off of the processing fee. So again, there's a contact us form on the iimfl.org website, which we talked about Friday. You can email it in, and the new TCR website will be up and live here within the next week or so. Mark's asking what the setup fee is. I don't know, Mark. How much do you want to charge them? How much money do you want to make? we'll work on the setup fee, the processing fee off of each client, because that's where your fee is built in. So Mark, I was going to ask you the same question. How much do you want your commission to be? George's asked, may have missed this, but can the TCR program be financed with the first tranche of funding? Well, we can certainly, we do set up financing for it. And with that, though, it would not be bundled in to the refundable deposit. It would be financed separately. But yes, we set up financing because what we want is when they're making these monthly payments, we want those monthly payments to be a credit boost. That's going to be a new trade line that's reporting positively. And there's no credit approval. So we're not doing a credit check on anyone to see if they can qualify for the payments. It's automatic approval. So it doesn't matter of their credit score or their income. Everyone is approved, which is awesome. Okay. So again, this is a really big deal because a lot of people want business funding, and there's people that don't want business funding that this can help, but there's a lot of people that want business funding, but their business isn't strong enough to stand on its own. The type of capital they want is looking at the key person, and the key person's not credible enough. I mean, just call a spade a spade. Some cases, people aren't where they need to be because of the 3 C's, and you and I can help them. It's fine. It's an opportunity. It's not a problem. There's a huge demand for this, because why do people, a lot of people are out just looking for better credit, but people typically don't want just credit. They want the utility of credit. They want better credit so they can buy a house, buy a car, get funding to start or grow a business, what have you. And so what a lot of people are overlooking, they think, oh, it's just about credit. It's not just about credit. That's how you'll get the conversation started in most cases, but it's about becoming fundable. What does it take to be fundable? The 3 C's. Credit is just one part of that story. Warren asked if he has to collect a one-time processing fee. No, sir. No, we'll take care of all the billing and collections. So you do not need to collect any money. And Warren also is asking about pricing. It's really up to you. I know Adam, who's not on the call this morning, he usually listens to the recording. He's in the Western time zone. He's looking at putting a 5-digit price tag on this. That's not our design, that's his, but there's a lot of flexibility in terms of what you want to build your price in. But we do want to keep the payments as advertised. So we will keep the payments below 100 a month. So the processing fee is going to be where your cut comes out of. All right, so let's see. So yes, affiliates can promote it. Tawana's asking, yeah, so at this point, you can just email us, client's name, email, phone, and how much you want your referral fee to be, and then we can get them set up. Again, here soon, by mid-month, we'll have the TCR website up, so it'll be more robust. We're in a soft launch right now, but you're right. Son's asking how much the payment is per month. And we talked about it on Friday, and it can vary a bit as interest rates change over time as the Fed changes the base interest rate for our nation. But it's, what is it? Was it $92 or something a month technically? But it's less than 100 a month. If we see some inflation, we see a prime rate going up, then we may have to adjust a bit, but it's less than $100 a month. The one-time processing fee is determined by you because you're charging, that's your commission. Yeah, so the commission, the revenue stream that you're getting is off of the processing fee. These are hard costs to operate the program. So these aren't shared. This is shared based on what you want to make. Thank you, Warren. No, that was Chris's question as well. Okay, so again, we're in soft launch mode. There's a huge need for it. If you want to start helping your clients and helping others with the total credit rebuild, we are ready to go today. We'll continue to build out the resources. So on Friday, we introduced this, let you know that it was coming back available. We're online as of today. Here's the flyer. We can obviously get you a copy of the flyer if you need to refer people back to you. And then over the next week or so, we'll have the TCR website up and going for additional information. Looks like Barry's asking, can it be white labeled? To a certain extent, it can be. You got to remember, we're setting up their financing for the program fees. And so that has to clarify. So we've gone through the underwriting and the background checks to get this program financeable, if that's a word. And so it won't be completely white label because they need to know who they're paying and why they're paying. Yes, I'd be happy to send out the flyer, Kelly, when I send out the recording today's training. So there's two parts to the fee structure, the monthly fee and then the processing fee, Mark, and then you'll let us know how much you want to charge for the processing fee, what you want to make off of that. And then Tawana's asking how she's paid. Well, again, it's as I've described. Well, maybe I didn't describe it well enough, Tawana. So if you have a client going through access to capital, this is going to help them get more capital more quickly under better terms. So this is a resource to help them get there. Separate from that, you determine, Tawana, how much you make, right? So you email us in the contact information, name, email, phone of the client. You say that you want to make $500, then that's what you're going to make, right? Then we'll set it up where you make $500. And so regardless if you're a white label partner or an affiliate, this is a standalone program and everyone is paid the same way based upon what you want to be paid. You tell us, and that's how we're going to bill the client. It's super simple. Warren's asking if this is for personal business or both. Well, this is on the personal side, right? On the access to capital, we'll help them build business credit over there, right? We help them build their Dun & Bradstreet Paydex score and such. So we're talking about the personal side here, not the business side. And we've talked about the relevance of that, right, Warren? A lot of people have not managed, they don't look good on paper. They don't have one or more of the 3 C's. And so that's what you and I are helping them with this. It works hand in glove with the access to capital, which is focusing on the business credibility. This is building the personal credibility. All right, well, there we have it. Ran 2 minutes long. I apologize. I'll get the recording out and the flyer, and we'll be back tomorrow morning. Remember, 1 a day gets you in line to join us at the beach for the incentive trips. So 1 access to capital or capital ready per client that enrolls, that submits their deposit, gets you paid and gets you qualified for the trip. Thanks, everyone. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.